Buttes and viewers, my name is Kiss the Butte and welcome back to KTV Network. Today we're reacting to Nintendo says screw gamers as company reveals new pricing for Switch 2 at games at $90 per game. Y'all, I don't know what y'all are on, but let's check this out. I mean, good luck on trying to get people to pay $90 per game. Good luck, because I see that's the new trend. That's what you guys are trying to get people to play. Well, excuse me, I pressed play on the YouTube.
We are officially at the point now where the next generation of consoles are going to start raising the prices again, like what happened with the PS5 and the Xbox and whatnot. And now it seems like the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be leading.
Oh, it was raised before? I always thought it was the same price. Maybe it was $59.99. I don't know. Okay.
The way there has been an announcement with all the information coming out.
Now I should. Now we should. Like 69 plus tax. That's enough.
About the Nintendo Switch 2, and one of those announcements is the fact that the retail price of video games is going to go up to, and I shit you not, $80 for digital. Wow, it gets better. $90 for physical.
This is why people are pirating. Arguing, as I like to call it. Arg. So the algorithm doesn't get pissed off.
I am not kidding. Those rumors about GTA 6 being $100.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe GTA 6 will be $100, but only for early access, which I might be one of the victims that might just buy it because it's GTA. Then again, we're gonna see.
I think it's safe to say it is most likely true.
That's just me keeping it real with y'all.
So let's get into this article, guys, from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, I gotta admit, guys, I was thinking about becoming a Nintendo guy after, this next generation of consoles, considering
Yes, I was thinking about buying number 2. I'm still thinking about it.
that, for me, PlayStation was always a console that I purchased to get some exclusive games, like Final Fantasy, for example. But considering these games are releasing on Steam now, there is no reason for me to have a PlayStation anymore. So I told myself that PS5 was going to be the...
And this is me prior to reacting to the Nintendo showcasing, so go check that out on the video tab.
last PlayStation that I will probably own for a while, and that I was going to focus all console efforts to the upcoming Switch so long as the value was there. The problem is, in my opinion, the value is not there. Nintendo Switch, they never put their games on sale, and the games that do go on sale are games nobody cares about, or they might be, a couple of years old, and by sale to them is like $5. They don't ever put their games on sale very often, and I just, considering I'm a Steam user, and I'm used to games being on mega sale all the time, I'm just not that interested anymore. These are massive pricing increases. You got the console itself costing $449 retail, and then you got their video games costing $80 for digital and $90 for physical retail. It's absolutely insane stuff, so let's talk about it. It's been announced that the price for the games on the Nintendo Switch will be setting players back up to $80 for digital and $90 for physical, at least in some cases. Now, keep in mind, this is Nintendo, right? Nintendo is notorious for releasing the same thing over and over for the most part. So it's not like they're releasing anything super different, but yet they're going to charge you $80 and $90 anyway. The price increase also means the Nintendo Switch 2 games will cost €80 for a digital copy in Europe, while physical will be €90. Provided by Alice Nishko, and a €90 price tag can be found on the Nintendo store here. Oh yeah, look, Mario Kart World at $89.99 in Euro. That is insanity, bro. Oh my god. The announcement of an $80 digital video game for the Nintendo Switch 2 can be found on the official Nintendo website. It's worth mentioning, however, that Donkey Kong
for a game that ends in 5 hours?
Bonanza is being priced at $70. That seems to suggest it will continue to be game-by-game basis, though $80 to $90 seems more welcome by Nintendo. I guarantee you that even though not every game is probably going to be $80 to $90, still, at the end of the day, the fact that, most of their, flagship games, the games that people would actually want, the games that people are going to buy up in droves, those games are going to be $80 to $90. It's fucking insane. Imagine going Christmas shopping for your kids, and your kids want a couple of Nintendo Switch games, and you end up leaving with 3 games for almost $300. Like, what the hell, dude? This is insane.
Crazy.
Video game price increases have been a hotly talked topic subject for a number of years, which, again, by the way, I'm not trying to say that this is not...
They're not thinking of the lower middle class people anymore. They're really stuck in this bubble of
expected, because this was expected, right? It was expected that all of these consoles were going to be raising their prices again. They've been talking about it nonstop. There's rumors about it nonstop. They felt like they went a little bit too lenient with the $10.
I feel like that's an insult to seals because seals are cute.
raised from the last generation, and now they're trying to sneak in another $20, $10 here and there, wherever they can. They're going to be nickel and diming. The AAA industry is in such a clusterfuck right now that they're going to be nickel and diming everybody. And the sad thing is that for Nintendo, they may not have an insane amount of microtransactions for their video games, but I guarantee you, if these other consoles follow suit, not only are you going to have $80 to $90 games, but you're also going to have microtransactions out the ass. It doesn't matter. It's insane how much money that they are trying to nickel and dime out of gamers at this point. And I'm just shocked to see Nintendo, the one that's supposed to be about families getting together and playing video games, the one that is supposed to be, at least for all intents and purposes, the more affordable version of console gaming. It seems like they're the ones who are leading the charge in this new price increase. As for what this means for other...
But at least we can trust on people like him to inform us about if games do have microtransactions. So I'm very appreciative of people like him.
Their publishers moving forward remains to be seen. But with Nintendo now setting the precedent, it wouldn't be surprising that $80 to $90 becomes the new norm. They're going to keep it under $100, at least for the regular edition, because that way it makes it more attractive, right? Once you hit that triple-digit number, people's minds tend to switch, right? This is why 99 is always a sale number, because it puts it in that slightly cheaper bracket mentally for a lot of people. So they're going to keep it to like $89.99. I got to imagine that's going to be the number. But dude, this is fucking nuts, man. We are at the point now where this is getting closer to $100, retail price for video games, for AAA anyway. And this is only going to do two things, right? This is going to make indie and AA seem that much more attractive, right? Especially indie. Indie games are skyrocketing right now. You got Schedule 1 being one of the #1 games in the world right now for a multitude of reasons, and this is going to continue to set that precedent. Really AAA gaming is going to become more and more scrutinized than it already is. The fact that you're asking almost $100 for one singular video game at retail, that opens you up to an immense amount of criticism. I don't want to hear these developers, these fucking studios, any of them bitching and complaining about people being mean to them when they're just trying to be, good workers. They're working hard. Shut the fuck up. You're asking for almost $100 out of somebody for a singular experience. You bet your ass you're going to be criticized to the moon and to ensure that you are giving gamers what they want, because this is absolutely insane. It says rumors last year began circulating that Grand Theft Auto 6 would set the precedent of game price increases, with some suggesting that the game will retail at $100. But while the price increase from Nintendo isn't near that level, it does beg the question if Take-Two Interactive now thinks that such a price increase is possible. I think it's the other way around, to be honest with you. I think that Nintendo must know that Grand Theft Auto was going to retail at $100, so Nintendo is trying to get ahead of the curve. Nintendo probably realizes that, these games are going to start costing $90 to $100 retail at some point, and they're trying to set the precedent first before anybody else gets to set the precedent. They are trying to be the trendsetter at this point. And I think they realize that they have such a monopoly on their fan base. Nobody else can offer Nintendo experience because Nintendo's the only one that can. So at this...
Fuck. Excuse me for cursing, but that is true. We gotta find a way to stick it to them somehow.
Point with their, they're very much into exclusivity, obviously for real reasons, but they are going to set this precedent because they know they can. A lot of people who are Nintendo mega fans are going to pay whatever price they ask because it doesn't matter. They want to participate in what they love. But it's insane that they're going to take advantage of it to this extent, where now they're charging $80 to $90 for a single retail game for a fucking Nintendo game. The same games that are being sold to you every single year, they're going to sell to you at now a much higher price. It's just crazy stuff. But you know what? Again, I want to be very clear. We knew this was happening. We knew AAA was coming here. We knew it was only a matter of time. And all this is going to do is open them up to more scrutiny. I think the conversation should be focused on the pricing. I think the conversation should be focus on this as being set as a precedent. And with all the woke shit going on in video games and whatnot, one of the things that get left alone is the monetization aspects of video games. I try to talk about it as much as humanly possible, and it looks like we need to really start talking about it even more now, because this being the new precedent is only going to make things worse for the average family. I feel like a lot of people are going to be priced out of this. It was already hard enough for people to be affording $70 retail video games, especially on the level where there's so many games coming out. It's hard to make the decision sometimes. Now you're moving to $80 to $90. Bro, it's just crazy shit, man. $90 for a physical game, you're out of your mind. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me
subscribe to this man. And yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Like, I gave you guys my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment down below. This is crazy. Hopefully it's not a new precedent, because not everybody can afford that, and it's you really have to think about your target audience, and if not, some people are just gonna be really tight with their wallets like they are with woke material. But anyway, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you vibe. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, gaming videos. And yeah, I'll see you on the live streams, guys. Take care. Take it easy. Bye.